Welcome back to the Torque Test channel. I'm just going to open an incognito tab here, put on my new shopper cap, and buy 5, 6, 7 mostly no-name drills from whatever Amazon wants to push when I search various terms. Then we'll go throw them on the dyno to see what we get for our money. Don't try this at home, though it's clear thousands do every day. We're also going to give the top 2 of these away to our viewers that have the rank chart this month, assuming they are good. So for brushless drill as a term, we get... Okay, yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about right here. This thing, that looks like what Elon Musk would be having some type of TED Talk about as a drill. Gotta buy this. Was planning on staying $70 and under, as these are DIY level drills, I assume, and that's what you can get a Bauer kit from Harbor Freight for. This Apple product looking thing ended up being $80 after coupon when we checked out with our cart. All right, let's see what else we can get with the term powerful cordless drill. And we get the hairdryer looking thing again, and our old friend Avid Power here. They of course make the best-selling cordless impact wrench on Amazon we've tested before. I've seen this very drill here come apart in a video or two on YouTube, but when you search half-inch cordless drill, you get a sponsored spot for their brushless model. That's also not half-inch, but hey, we're easy, boom, sold, thank you. Now let's see what else they got. The first option that's not a known brand next on this page is Worksite. They got a half-inch chuck and a half-inch brushless. Let's go brushless, we want the big dog. Even a 10% coupon here, sold, let's do it. But if you scroll down that same page, you'll see this thing is ranked 79th in sales in power drills. Let's just buy the #1 seller too. Okay, the brush DeWalt is currently sitting there, but you also have this little sweetheart Garden Joy for a friendly 34 bucks. About what a fast food meal seems to cost nowadays. Sold, I'm easy. What else is on that best-selling list? Black & Decker here, Black & Decker there. There's like 6 models in the top 30 here. That's crazy. So which to buy? Well, the best-selling one is from 2012, so let's buy something that's the latest, and that would be this. Add to cart, and bada bing, bada boom, here it is. We're not being picky, just going with the masses here. But let's get some more Amazon recommendations and sponsored listings to round this out. Let's see some more brushless. And, oh yeah, well, yeah. How do you not buy something that has dick written on the side of it? Looks like there was a lightning deal on it, but just to the tune of $3 to $4 less than usual. It's a $70 package that comes with a 4 amp hour battery, so most of that extra over some of the others here is just because it's providing a bigger load. Let's get things started. We're gonna go in order of price. So first up we have Garden Joy, and this thing looks very play school, basically the best-selling drill on Amazon, but its body size, like its width or diameter, makes it look and feel like the fake table fruit of power tools. But that will help it score when it comes to weight. Let's see what it can do on the dyno brake in torque against some other budget options we've tested before, like Amazon's own Denali brand for $75 and the entry-level brushless Heart from Walmart for $80 as a kit. This measures peak torque by slowly tightening a brake master cylinder on motorcycle front brakes, all automated via switch-operated motors. It's pretty fun to use, actually. So the Garden Joy makes 11.2 foot-pounds. Not bad. Well, just because it passes the Denali with an equal battery, but really that's not what you want to aim for as a brand. But more than we would have assumed. Next up in price at $53 as a kit is the Black & Decker. Same folks who make DeWalt, so maybe it has some hidden talents. It's incredibly light and short to boot, but that's because it doesn't have a multi-speed gearbox. Only low speed on this one. I mean, you saw how much research we did. I guess that can happen. And out of the box, the battery is also dead as a doornail and won't charge on the included charger, so we have to use our bench DC power supply to bring this one back to life before it could be used normally again. I think most people probably wouldn't have one of these. Here's how it does in torque, which is luckily in low speed, as that's all it's got. Eight foot-pounds, 8 of them. So not a torque monster by any measure. Moving on to this $54 drill kit from Worksite. This is the only hammer drill in the day, so it's disadvantaged a bit in weight and length from it, but it's the first metal chuck so far, so it seems for your $54 you're getting quite a bit on paper. Let's take a look on the dyno brake. 14.5, about on par or just passing the $80 brushless TTI made Heart kit. Not too bad. We'll have to see how it does in our power out watts testing coming up. All right, time for the $60 Avid Power, the top Amazon brand in sales for impact wrenches, in the top 5 for drills as well. This is their latest brushless model. Its battery has a USB out, which is sort of cool, but otherwise sort of like any other cordless drill. Here's how it does versus the rest. $13.6 foot-pounds. This one feels and performs and sounds a lot like the Worksite, but so far, more cash for less grunt. Okay, and time for the $70 red one, we'll call it. Not because it's the only red drill, but I mean, how are you supposed to pronounce this brand name, really? Not that I'm knocking it, hey, it's a bold move, and frankly, I respect it. Because this tool comes with a 4 amp hour battery, we're going to compare it to the drills we tested before with similar hardware. Not that it always makes a big difference, but it can. Here it is on screen. $17.4 foot-pounds. Pretty good there, nearly matching the Heart using its 4 amp hour battery. All right, and last up, and really the one we're most curious about, the highest price, lowest voltage, most Dyson looking drill here, the HOTO. This has a digital readout on the back that you can dial in 30 different power settings for, assuming you need that much range for how much grunt it has. And it also has a pulse mode, which we found to be pretty useful, really not bad. It delivers power in little bursts to drive that screw for you and not cam out from not having enough force on the back of the tool. It does have its limitations though in peak power doing this sort of thing. So let's check out what that torque looks like and see what we get. $8.4 foot-pounds. Well, frankly, peak torque is probably not the strong suit of any tool here. They are drills. How are they going to handle keeping up the RPMs when drilling a hole? Just fall flat on their face? We have a dyno to assess the comparable watts out between these models. The higher the watts out, the more types of tasks you're going to be able to do with the drill without it bogging down and stopping. And the Garden Joy in low is able to do that sort of thing up to 100 watts. As is the Black & Decker, as a matter of fact, matching that very much non-record setting type of performance. The Worksite, on the other hand, is another deal entirely involving a lot more screw turning than usual in this category, and with equal battery machinery is about to reach 280 watts here, well surpassing the Denali, brushless Heart, and Harbor Freight for that matter, which made 150 watts here. Good stuff. The Avid Power brings some more of that, actually. 260 watts, another surprise. It does seem like these two drills came out of the same factory. Their casing, the aluminum area around the gearbox, all the same size, design, and even markings. They don't take each other's batteries. It fits, but the Worksite has an extra terminal. The Worksite is also 1/2 inch capacity and a hammer drill. So far, bringing just a tad extra in the beans each time we test it. For $10 more though, you can get your hands on one of these. It might be enough to require 2 hands though. Let's find out on screen with comparable batteries where possible. $400 watts, absolutely dunking on the others here, including the 1/2 inch models we had at the top. Heck, a Gen 3 Milwaukee hammer drill makes 450 with an XC 5.0, and we had not planned on needing to reference one of those today when a bare charger from Home Depot under Milwaukee costs more than this kit. All right, let's calm things down now with the gentle, soothing sounds of the HOTO white noise machine. Okay, 130 watts, you know what, that puts it near middle of the pack in this group. Can't be mad at that. And this is how things look so far. You got weight over here, which is a downside, so a penalty, then watts out over here, and torque over here, and length. We got one last stop to fill in the rest of all this data, and that's watts out and high, something Black & Decker doesn't even have, so I guess that will be skipped here. More of a driver only than a drill, that thing. Let's wrap this up. The Garden Joy is able to pump things up in high speed to deliver 180 watts with this setup, which by itself doesn't mean a lot, we always point out, but shows it's still a little bit up with equal battery than the Amazon Denali brand. Okay, we're going to show you both the Avid Power and the Worksite Brothers on screen now, since they're fairly close. 330 and 300 watts, maintaining that relationship, and quite good. This one was able to make a splash. 440 watts, definitely the most endowed on the day. Because the HOTO high-speed setting, it's not its favorite. 150 watts, getting passed up by a Garden Joy. So with all this is what their scoring looks like. 6 drills is a bit much to go over with a fine-tooth comb in front of you, but essentially their scores are copy-pasted here double time because it's often something we enter for different battery sizes being available, which most of these don't have. Now, as a function of the tool size, that looks like this. Garden Joy not great and favoring torque as a tool, then even worse here and favoring torque. Quite good for both of these and evenly successful in both watts and torque. Record setting in drill drivers and favoring watts here, which we like to see as torque can simply be won with gear ratios, whereas watts requires a modern brushless motor. And sort of not bad in favoring torque here. So now all this performance as a function of price, sort of like value maybe, the reason people are probably browsing Amazon at all to buy these things, that's 92.9 points, just 30.8, 102.9, 86.5, 108.6, and 35.9, totaling about 215, 96, 325, 294, 412, and 150.9, including the Harbor Freight Bauer and Brushless Heart, this one into first place by quite some margin. Personally, I'd take the Bauer or Heart over the Avid Power strictly on performance, battery selection they have, and feel, not even considering things like warranty and returns. But these two, Worksite and Richard over here, this might be enough to beat the latest Ryobi HP stuff and other mid-tier and DIY brands. So these are the two we're going to give away to you guys who have our rank chart. We'll keep these in yellow and maybe on their own ranking because, well, it's Amazon with little after-sale support and unknowns after all. But if you need a hammer drill, I mean, maybe consider the Worksite. Or just a really powerful drill, maybe enough to necessitate wearing some protection. This might be the package to impress unsuspecting friends with. It's that surprising. Appreciate you joining us for this one. It was actually pretty fun. Click buttons below to see more stuff. We make episodes at least every Friday. Thanks for watching.